Power on. Select your players.
Pierre, Sarah, Glenn.
Select your topic.
Games.
Select your format.
Entertaining podcast.
They're called the Button Boys. So make some fucking noise. 'Cause they're gonna talk about video gaming and stuff.
Button Boys.
You must be horny, traveller. Welcome to Button Boys. I'm Glenn Moore, joined as ever by Sarah Keyworth and Pierre Novelli. Hello.
I never know what you're going to say, but I always know I'm not going to like it.
I don't know what I'm going to say. I never plan it.
Take, drink,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Weird tavern
Yes.
keeper of, yeah.
Being given a kind of wooden bowl of a sort of herby liquid medicine.
You must be horny. Sit on whatever you'd like.
Yeah.
Yes.
How are you both? What have you been playing?
Oh, thanks for asking.
Yeah.
I need to talk about Inside, which I talked about last week, I think, or maybe the week before. I'm not quite
It was
sure.
on the most recent episode.
Yeah. And finished it on the plane. I've just been to LA and New York, and I played it for like 4 or 5 hours, I
Nice.
think, on the way to LA. I couldn't put it down.
It's great, isn't it? Considering you're just moving someone from side to side.
Yeah, and I never, especially with puzzlers, I've said this before, I don't often feel that way. And there were points where I was getting a bit frustrated and was like, what the fuck am I going to do? But I couldn't put it down. And the ending of that game, do you remember it?
I do remember it, and that's why I was really keen to get your thoughts.
It's
This is a spoiler
fucked
alert.
up. Hi there. If you don't want a spoiler for the game Inside, please skip forward about 2.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes 40 to be safe. Thank you.
We are from the future, so we know this for a fact.
Yeah.
At the beginning, you think you're breaking out of a facility, but it turns out you're breaking into a facility. You're just a regular guy.
So you're breaking in, and there are all of these human bodies that seem to be like lobotomized in this space. So like just, and they're all kind of being controlled in different ways. And the end sequence is you find yourself in this massive tank. Like you're shot into it. This kid, you're a kid. His clothes come off. I was like, I'm sorry, what the fuck is going on? And then this tank is full of naked people who have been like blobbed together, like horrible.
Yeah.
Like they're like the horrible zombie in The Last of Us. What's that one called?
The Rat King.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Rat
yeah.
King. There's arms and legs coming, and you are like absorbed into it, and then you break out as the big human blob, and so you're running on like multiple different legs, and you have to. It's really
You're steamrollering
it's
people.
got quite a sense of humor about it. You're sort of flopping over the edge of things, and you break out, and then the final shot of the game is you get all the way out, you run down onto like this beautiful beach, and you just flop down on the beach, and the sun comes out and hits the blob, and that's the end of the game.
Wow.
It
Yeah.
reminded me of The Substance.
It's
Rather, The Substance, I was like, oh, this is Inside.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is phenomenal. An absolutely
The
phenomenal
weird
game.
thing is the workers in the factory start helping you escape after a while. I don't know
Yeah.
whether they
because I think they're just like, get that out of here.
we can't.
We didn't know that was in the tub.
It's there's not a word said at any point. You just get sucked into the blob, and then you are the blob. And the whole time it was happening, I was like, they're gonna separate us back out. They will.
Yeah, I'll become a regular guy and then I leave.
I'll become that nice little boy again. Nah.
Nope.
I
You're the
think
blob.
you're a blob forever.
How many guesses would it have taken you when you started that game, but that's how it would end up?
10,000 million guesses.
Okay, right, yeah, that's a reasonable amount.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
So glad you played it and finished it.
I loved it.
That sounds great.
Yeah, I was like, I want to play their other game. What's it called?
Limbo was the predecessor. It's a
But-
very basic version of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my only hesitation is I'm like, is it going to let me down?
And then they've got a game. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, and apologies if I have got this wrong. I don't know if it's developers from that team or the studio itself. I don't think it's a studio. I think it's people who worked on that game. Made a game called Somerville, and it's about an alien invasion in Glastonbury.
Ooh.
So it's kind of the same sort of 2.5D,
Yeah.
but you're like
cool.
tiptoeing past like the pyramid stage and stuff like that.
That's
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of like a War of the Worlds kind of thing. It's not in the same league as Inside.
Someone's
and Limbo.
offering you MDMA every
Yeah. That's where it
Yeah.
all comes from. It's just a normal festival. But it's good fun.
So I finished that on the plane, and then because I didn't have anything else downloaded, I fucking fell off the wagon, went straight back to Door for Romantic.
Yes.
Oh, like falling in bed with an old lover.
It keeps on popping up discounted on the Switch store. and it's getting that it's whispering loud. It started to make a noise like the One Ring. It starts to like whisper to me and
Just
like,
very faintly.
German $4.99
German countryside.
Yeah,
Bavaria.
I'm pining for a Dorf. Still haven't played it.
Oh, give it a Dorf.
I
Go
should
on.
give it
Fucking Dorf it.
Black Forest
So
Ghetto.
inside Dorf Romantic.
Phil coming off.
Yeah.
Well, my Hell Let Loose Vietnam thing has kind of run out. It's deleted itself like a kind of time traveler or something.
Probably because it now has a release date.
Maybe that's why. I went back to do it some more, back to Nam, and it was like, I clicked launch and it was like, we can't find the EXE file. And I was like, well, that's a big problem because that's what the game is.
But it should have a message that goes, this war ended decades ago.
Yeah.
There's never been a war here.
And then I thought, okay, I'll click verify game files, classic Steam trick you need. And it was like, yep, they're all here. And I thought, are they? And I clicked, like, look at the files. And it was like, all 2 megabytes. And I went,
Oh.
now I see the problem.
She's left in the night.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just change the locks on the file.
Single sock.
Yeah.
2 megabyte sock.
You're searching for evidence that she was ever there.
Yeah. She threw all my weapons out the window.
Yes.
In a big suitcase. I think I do like demos, if we're calling it a demo, that do that. Resident Evil 2 remake had a half-hour demo. You could play it to your heart's content for half an hour,
Wow.
and then you couldn't load it up again. You had your half an hour and then it deleted.
That's
Whoa.
funny.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, know your worth demos.
Yeah.
But also, I had a friend who, like, their controller then disconnected and they couldn't find the, like, USB charger. And all the while it's ticking down. And the game's like, if that's how you want to spend the game time in the pause menu, I guess you can.
That's their fault.
Yeah.
It's on them.
Yeah, it should
Keep
pause
your
when you
fucking cable
pause.
around.
Yeah.
What if you immediately needed the toilet after you started?
Because it was so scary.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Had to go cry and
But
shit.
it's actually only really 5 minutes of content and 25
They
minutes
send
of
out the
shitting.
demo with an adult nappy.
You know when, like, influencers do that unboxing and,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
like, oh my God, it came with, like, a special drink as well. And
Oh, it came with like a little link hat.
yeah, but this is literally just game, nappy, that's it.
A Hailey Bieber nappy. Yeah.
A Hailey Bieber nappy with good luck written on it in Sharpie.
Yeah.
This-
good luck.
This game is frightening.
Yeah.
So,
So no more Hell Let Loose Vietnam until June, I think the 18th is when it comes out,
are
I
you
believe.
sure
It comes
that's
out in
soon?
June.
Wow.
Mm.
I need to check that. I thought.
Again, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments.
Yeah. So I went back and did a bit more Nine Kings. I've seen on the Discord, which you can join if you just sign up to the free tier of the Patreon. A few other people have caught the Nine Kings bug. It's very addictive. And I've got kind of compulsive behaviors around completing like the game with each king.
Okay.
You know, like figuring out how they all work on their own terms.
You want the whole set.
I want the whole set. So I did a bit of that. But I've also been playing the first, let's say, hour and a half of Mixtape, which you recommended, Glenn.
Yes.
Oh ho. Oh ho.
Uh-huh.
Oh ho.
So at the time of recording, Mixtape came out last week.
Yeah.
It launched on Xbox Game Pass and across like PlayStation 5 and Switch as well. But immediately, this was a game that I had on my list of most anticipated games last year, and then it got delayed into this year.
Is it on your list this year? Did
It's
you
not on my list
pick
this year. No, I switched it out, and I
There's
kind of
some-
regret
There's
that.
some regret in your face.
There's a bit of
Yeah.
regret in my face.
Oh my god, there's regret all in your face.
It was everything. It's everything I wanted it to be.
Hmm.
I have finished it. Pierre hasn't finished it. It's less a game and more an interactive movie experience. It's an experience.
It's like What Remains of Edith Finch in the sense that it's a story that you play through.
You can't fail, and I think actually you could probably put the controller down and the game will still happen. Your input is minimum. It's just a nice way to sort of keep you going.
I can't.
I think you'd like it
I
because
won't-
of that.
I think I'd like it, but I won't look.
Oh, if you know that there'll be no consequences.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll go on my phone.
to be clear, there's a bit of like skateboarding, say, for example.
I could get into that.
But if you hit a car, it makes you go back and try again. Like you can. It's not just. It doesn't. I don't think you could put the controller down because there's bits where you have to go from one room to another and trigger the next thing. And-
It's triggered an insane discourse online of
Yeah.
people who like games to be as interactive as possible, hating.
but there's a
what
lot
this
of
is.
mini games.
It's a lot of mini games. So let's go through what this is. It's super bad, the game.
It's like Superbad and Booksmart, and it's in the 90s, and it's It's like
Spider-Verse animation.
it's incredibly
Yeah.
nostalgic and nice, and also kind of sad. I'd be fascinated to talk to someone who wasn't alive in the 90s who's playing it.
Yes, it must be.
What is that like for them?
But actually, this is how I felt watching every 80s movie.
It's
I was like, it still looks
how
cool.
we feel watching Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. And you go, I guess it looked like a fun time to live in. I loved Lost Records, Bloom and Rage last year. So that, and I was super excited about Mixtape. But it's 3 teenagers, 2 girls, 1 guy.
It's what 90s America promises.
Exactly that. And
it's so West Coast as
small
well.
town America.
Yeah.
So they live in a place that they just refer to as the Big Suck. And
Blue Lagoon.
The next day, Blue Lagoon. The next day, 2 of them are going on a road trip, and they're a bit gutted because the main character, Stacey Rockwood, who's this just very snarky teenage girl, is basically going on a trip in order to try to become a music supervisor for movies, where they go like, choose this song for this moment.
Yeah.
So the reason the game is called Mixtape is because she's made this like 19-track mixtape saying there's a song for every situation. So each part of a game is a mini game, and it's all set to a particular song. And the soundtrack is excellent.
It's really, really excellent.
So the mini games are interactive.
The mini games are all interactive.
Yeah.
It's a combination of the main storyline is you're all trying to get to the big final party of the year. There's
The
a big
gameplay seems quite 90s then, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a collection of mini games.
Yes. And
so
it's visually stunning.
Have I just said the most obvious thing in the world?
No.
not at all.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of sort of like walking around the bedroom picking stuff up. That sort of some of the game is
I
like
hate walking around the bedroom and picking stuff up. Oh my god,
but you don't
that's a
have-
gripe. Okay, we're doing a gripe early because it should be on Patreon. But fucking, I walk around that fucking Uncharted one. We have to walk around
I knew you were going to say either Uncharted or Last of Us Part 2.
and just look at things. Ooh, look at that. If I wanted to go to a museum, I'd go to a fucking museum.
I like the fact that like one of the saddest moments in a game for me is in Last of Us Part 2. Again, spoiler alert, you're going to want to fast forward 3 seconds here when Ellie goes to Joel's house. For me, that was so emotional, and you must have just been like, fuck's sake.
Well, I think I was
Picking up another bouquet.
I was bought into that.
Yeah.
I was, but the whole start of that game when you're still in the like compound
Yes.
is pretty tedious to me.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. That's fine.
I'm like, get me out into the action.
This is half of it is trying to get to this party. The other half is flashbacks to previous hijinks they've gotten up to. And I've realised, and I thought the story would work better if it was all just one coherent storyline and it was all happening in real time. But I realised it can't because nearly all of the mini games involve you travelling downhill.
Yes.
Whether it be in the skateboarding
Mm-hmm.
or in a shopping trolley. And I was like, oh, actually, yeah, if this was done chronologically, the entire game would be about how some people on one of the tallest mountains on Earth are trying to get to a party at the bottom.
yeah.
Yeah, because so much of the game is about going downhill. But there's lots of mini games of like throwing loo roll over someone's house as a prank and
Shooting tin cans with a catapult.
her having her memories of her first kiss, and you have these 2 braces clad mouths and you're in control
Yeah,
of the tongues.
Which we didn't know when we were riffing
talked
about wee
about-
kissing.
about wee
Yeah.
kissing, and we couldn't. It came out the day that our wee kissing episode came out.
And
we
it's
couldn't
literally
believe
just
it.
like...
Yeah.
It's
and
really
it's
gross.
disgusting.
Which is crazy because it was our idea.
It was our idea.
Our idea,
Yeah.
Mixtape. And-
But I liked the characters.
Yeah.
The main girl looked identical to a girl I went out with in school, and that alarmed me, and it made me not like her. But other than that, and had exactly the same personality, and I was like, "Oh, this is strange."
It's quite... the characters are written much better than they have any right to be.
Okay, I'm gonna play it.
I thought... I really went in thinking...
sit down with my knitting so that I've got something to do whilst the thing
The
that's
game
starting.
plays itself.
Yeah.
It'll take you like 3. It's maybe 3 to 4 hours.
I was looking at it going, this is going to be some fucking Joss Whedon fucking Reddit comment section.
There
it's
is
not.
There's a tiny bit of I'm going to make the most awesome smoothie ever created. There's some of that,
Yeah,
and you have to just go.
there's-
You know what? They're teenagers. They don't know
There's
better.
1 or 2 moments of a good sir, but that's fine. Given that
Yeah.
I was expecting a barrel of good sir,
Yeah.
finding a barrel full of things I like with a bit of good sir residue at the bottom,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can hardly complain.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I didn't know. This is a sidebar.
Mm.
I didn't know that Joss Whedon was heavily involved in Toy Story. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Which one? All of them?
The original Toy Story.
Really?
He's the guy who. So they had like a version of the film. I've really gotten into a different podcast
Yeah.
called What Went Wrong about movies. They had a version of the film that wasn't working
Yeah.
and they were stuck in kind of development hell. Joss Whedon come on board, unless there's like 2 Joss Whedons,
No,
but
no.
there's not going to be. Joss Whedon came on board, and he is the guy who came up with the idea that Buzz Lightyear doesn't know that he's a toy, which is
wow.
like crux of the movie.
I wonder if when you watch it back, you'd be like, this is so Joss Whedon. And actually, there's like famous lines where it's like, they fall with style now, they fall with style now, they fall with style now.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
he's got
no.
his
I think he
mucky
just came in
fingers
and
all
had the
over
one
it.
good idea, and they didn't let him write any.
Yeah,
Maybe.
take
jokes.
his pen off, take his pen away.
Okay, stop.
Yeah, that's enough. You've done your idea.
Get
But
out.
yeah, there's the podcast "What Went Wrong" is a movie podcast, and it's great deep dives into like not necessarily films that went wrong, but what went wrong during production and how
Yes,
hard
yeah,
it is
yeah,
to
yeah.
make a film. And the
Yeah.
Toy Story one is really interesting.
Yeah.
But
yes, the sound mixtape is good.
It's-
I've got a couple of gripes about it, but they're very minor, and I'll save them for the Patreon.
Fine. That's absolutely fine. If you think we're withholding stuff from you, we're not part of a Patreon episode. Our extra bonus episode we do every single week has a gripe section as well as a playthrough of Hitman and a recommendation of a game that you may have slept on. This week I'm going to give you two because they're part of the same
Ooh.
IP, but
Okay.
they're two very, very different genres of game. So please do sign up to that level of the of our Patreon. If you want to support the podcast, as I said, you get an extra episode every single week, access to our entire back catalogue of extra episodes.
And Discord.
they're all ad-free. Access to our Discord if you just want to sign up to the free tier. And if you want to sign up to the extra tier, you also get a bonus episode every single month where we interview a special guest friend of ours about their gaming likes and dislikes. And we've had some wonderful guests so far. We have got some very, very exciting ones lined up in the future. But more on that soon. I'm so glad you're enjoying Mixtape.
Yeah, good.
It's one of my favorite games of the year. I called off on it a few days after playing it when I realized that actually if it was a movie, you'd go, actually, that's quite uneventful. The stakes were very low for what it is. But actually, that's fine. There's not really much else like it.
But it's sort of like it's a nice vibes.
It was a vibes game.
Vibes.
Yeah.
It was a vibes game. I played it on a Friday night and I just had a brilliant evening and like I'd watched a great movie. And
Yeah.
I'm so glad it ended up being as good as it did. The previous game as well, The Artful Escape, is brilliant. And that's got Jason Schwartzman in from loads of Wes Anderson films.
From everything.
From Darjeeling Limited and the like. And it's 2D side scroller, a 2D side scrolling walking sim, but about a guitarist who's basically in the vein of like it wants to basically be like Bob Dylan. And you just walk around just exploring sort of various environments. But as you're tapping various buttons on the controller, he's playing the guitar, and whatever you press, it sounds amazing.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
The
you
soundtrack is
can't go wrong.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend Artful Escape. I've been playing two very new games this week. One, Forza Horizon 6. New one from Xbox. It's going to be coming to PlayStation later on in the year.
Cars.
Cars. Yeah. If
vroom.
you're listening to this on the day this comes out, this has only been out for 2 days, but Xbox very kindly gave us a couple of codes for it. So I've been playing it for quite some time.
Ah.
Forza Horizon 6 takes place in Japan. The previous one was in Mexico. The one before that was in the UK.
Are you a driving guy normally?
No.
I know you drive. but are
I
you a driving
don't.
guy?
I've never had an interest in racing games. And if I did, it was more sort of the burnout kind of destruction derby,
Yep.
cars exploding. When I got an Xbox end of 2022, I was interested to play through all the big Xbox series I'd never tried. Gears of War, Halo, and Forza Horizon are their big sort of holy trinity. And I think Forza's the best of all three. I'm someone who doesn't really like racing games at all. I don't like Mario Kart because I'm petulant. Forza's fantastic. It's as if you are a car lover, it is so detailed and granular in terms of the different types of car and what you can get into and what you can tinker with. If you were just like if you want to play it as if you're in an amusement arcade sat at one of those big car seats, it's fully that as well. But the idea is they're always open world. A bit like the latest Mario Kart, you were driving just from place to place to place, wherever you want, and they'll be like, oh, apparently there's a race around the corner.
I see.
Sometimes it will be like a big sort of desert buggy sort of car. Sometimes it's sports car races. Sometimes it's 4x4 races. There's so many different kinds. Some are very serious, some are more whimsical. And every environment they choose is always so diverse geographically. Japan is a perfect place for this. Lush forests, going down by the water, bullet trains whizzing past, going to like snowy mountains. It's got everything. And there's it's a game that has that sort of perfect transition of like opening cutscene to you playing the game, where you suddenly can't believe that you're controlling the way the camera swings and you go, that can't be me.
That's me.
And so
I look quite pretty.
the races make you feel. Do you know this guy? I just want a racing game, not me all blue and wibbly. Every race makes you feel like you've just arrived in heaven. There's plane fly past, fireworks going,
Yeah.
people cheering. The idea is Forza has taken over the entire country and there's just a racing festival happening. Like a nice version of Mad Max.
And they've made everyone into it.
And everyone's so into it, including me suddenly. My favourite thing about Forza is on the Xbox controller, if you press the Y button, you can just rewind a couple of seconds.
Hey.
So if you fuck up, you just rewind.
Ooh.
So you're basically the baddies from funny games.
Wow.
But what it makes it funnier to me, that the crowds love and get excited about every race, when every single race, the end result is, it turns out the winner was the guy who can rewind time. Like, why are people still invested in the sport?
And it's the time goblin
Well,
again.
Do they know?
I don't know if they know.
They don't.
Because
And
they,
it would
just-
be-
they just rewinded time. So as far as they're concerned, you're just fucking great.
Yeah.
It made me
You
imagine
never put a foot wrong.
the most infuriating racing game ever, which would be you don't have that ability, but one of the other racers does.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a new game. I'm going to create it. It's going to come out.
that would be. That would be a good game
Yeah.
if you were the one person who didn't have some sort of time power.
Oh no.
But
They would
someone
be-
else can.
But you'd
You're
have to be
like-
so clever to figure out ways to beat them.
Mm.
But like playing tennis against Bernard from Bernard's Watch or something.
Yeah.
Be
But he's
awful.
just a kid.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he has to be a kid the whole time
I went to uni with him.
with Bernard.
With a
Yeah.
time traveling 10-year-old.
Yeah. You'd be at a
Wow.
party and then suddenly all the girls would be naked. But no, I genuinely went to uni with the guy. Yeah. He
Wow.
didn't really like to talk about it.
No,
You
of course
wouldn't
not.
talk about it, would you?
Anyway, if you were into racing, Forza is the best racing game
People
around.
keep asking him what the time is.
Yeah.
You'd never wear a watch again. would
Time you got a Bernard. I think it's time you got a Bernard, mate. And even if you're not into racing, it's just its own thing. It's so good. That's the first thing I've been playing.
I say I'm not into racing games, but the moment I play GTA, I'm like.
That's what I mean. If it's everything in Forza handles so amazingly.
But then the moment GTA tries to make me race, I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like GTA races.
Yeah.
This also has very nicely destructible environments where a lamppost is not going to slow you down. The lamppost is just boom, gone.
Just goes over the top of the windscreen.
Exactly. The other game I've been playing is Directive 8020, which you might have been seeing advertised all over the place. There's loads of posters. Big old campaign for this one. This one is made by the same people who made like Until Dawn and The Quarry and the Dark Pictures games, which is essentially interactive horror movie experiences where you guide a famous person, usually. They've got a good track record for people in their games then going on to win Oscars. Rami Malek and Jesse Buckley. They've been in previous iterations of their games. Directive 8020 is Lashana Lynch, who was 007 in the final Daniel Craig film.
Yes.
You know, when he comes
Oh,
back
yeah,
in different
yeah,
place.
yeah.
And she was Miss Honey in Tim Minchin's Matilda. So she's the main person in this. And the idea is it's a combination of Alien and The Thing. You're on a space craft, a space vessel, a colony ship where everyone's sort of like in deep sleep. And something has infected on board. And like The Thing, it looks like it can impersonate people.
I'm in.
So through a series of like quick time events and decision making, you're trying to keep everyone alive.
Have you talked about this before?
I've talked about other versions of their games in the past because they've had loads of these games. They release.
Just a mad moment of deja vu about you saying that thing about the thing.
We spoke about The Thing recently. Do you know what it is? Because recently I played The Thing.
Yeah.
I think it was that.
Oh, right,
I played The
okay.
Thing remastered.
That'll be it then.
That'd be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Patient Zero. We found it.
It's really funny to have that exchange about something called a thing. As
Yeah.
You
Non-committal.
definitely said that thing about
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Joss Whedon going, well, I guess that's the thing now.
Yeah. What if he doesn't know he's the thing?
The Dark Pictures games are not usually particularly well reviewed, even though they're a great idea. My issue with previous ones has been a lot of the decision making you have to do is fully arbitrary. And when someone's on the run from a killer, it will be like, your options are hide under the bed or hide in the wardrobe. And you might hide under the bed, and the person comes in and just knifes the bed. And it's like, you were supposed to hide in the wardrobe. And you go, why would I know
I had
that?
a 50-50 chance.
That was a 50-50 chance. And that's frustrating.
Yeah.
Directive 8020 adds in a bit more logic to that. And
Yeah.
So
You
if
find
you're
it-
a murderer, you're checking the bed and the wardrobe.
check both of them.
You
Yeah.
find a diary entry where it's like, one thing I'll never stop doing is stabbing beds. And you
Yeah.
go,
Or it would,
okay.
there was one where there was one game where
The
it
pet
turned
stabber.
the game.
Yeah.
Just like fucking Nazgul. Just there was one game they did, and I won't spoil which one, but there was one where the characters are hit with a sort of gas that causes them to hallucinate, but you don't know that. And at one point, you're confronted with a monster. Obviously, you stab the monster, and then it turns out it was just like your best friend, and you go,
Oh no.
"But you've tricked me."
Mm.
So actually, the correct decision in that game was to just put the controller down and not press anything. But you go,
But there was a monster.
You have
Why would I do-
two options: fight monster, kiss monster.
Yes, you go. Why
Yeah.
would I choose that?
Why
It
would I
only
think-
works on a
yeah.
second playthrough.
Finish taxes.
Yeah.
So the good element of Directive 8020
I'll do that.
is they have added a bit more logic in. For instance, I had to make a decision very early on to redirect some power because the spaceship was in peril. I could either switch off one of their main computers or I could switch off their fire extinguisher system.
Oof.
And so I switched off the main computer. Later on, the ship is about to crash. And they're like, oh my God, the ship is going to crash. What are we going to do? And the captain of the ship, he had two options. Sit down and put his seatbelt on like he was told to, or if he goes to the computer, maybe he can just reboot it and the ship will be fine. I went to reboot the computer, forgot I'd already switched it off.
Right.
As a result, he whacks into the ceiling and dies. If I'd left the computer on, he actually rediverts it and it's all fine. But he was my first death. Later on, I was in a situation where one person is in a room that's on fire, one person is in a room that's filling up with like liquid nitrogen. She's going to freeze, he's going to burn. Who do you save? I saved liquid nitrogen person because I knew I'd left the fire extinguishers on. He's going to be fine.
Well done for remembering.
So actually, you go, that's a good reward
Yeah.
system. Detroit Become Human implemented this really, really well. If you like those sort of decision-based games where it'd be like, at the end, someone checks whether you're real or a clone by basically saying, what's the name of my son? Because in hour one, they told you once. And you've got to, oh, you're dead in this game, Sarah.
Impossible.
You're not even reaching that scene.
Possible. You're like, you have a son?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It's the games are never scary. Directive 8020 isn't remotely scary. There's quite limited gameplay. I prefer it when it's just cinematic and you're just making decisions, like a Telltale game. Instead, this one is like over-the-shoulder third person, loads of sneaking through vents and quite rudimentary stealth, and it's not really in keeping with the type of game that it is. And again, I won't spoil which one of their games had a big reveal where it turned out all the characters you've been playing as were in the imagination of an insane person. So you go, oh, so I don't care then.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It was all a dream.
It was all.
It was
I
all
was
a
going to
dream.
say it's a lazy. It's a.
Come on.
something happened halfway
Somebody
through this
trying to be
game.
clever, but it was all a dream.
Something happened in this game where I was like, I don't fucking care about these people.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil what it is, but it for me, it was as bad as it was just a dream. I was like, why do they keep doing that? Help me care about your people. A big complaint that's been directed towards this game is that it isn't scary and it isn't actually tense. I would recommend if you are going to play it, bump the difficulty up and remove the ability to rewind your actions.
Yeah.
Because what they've implemented is a way of if you kill someone by accident, you can just rewind the game.
So you're playing two different rewindy games.
Yeah, yeah. And Mixtape as well. If you get hit by a car, you rewind.
Yeah,
it's like
sweet.
lots of rewinding games. But it allows you to do that. You can turn that setting off, and also you can turn up the difficulty so that the button presses where someone's about to stab you, and it's like press square. You've got to be on it, and that made the game so much more tense.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend doing that if you want to have like because it's not going to be scary. The least you can do is like make it really thrilling.
To be fair, you're not scared by things though, so you're
I'm
biased.
more scared by games than films.
But the complaints have been it's not scary.
That's true.
So it's not
Okay,
just
yeah.
Glenn.
It is, and it can be a thrilling game. The acting's, the motion capture and stuff is great. It is really gorgeous looking.
Has anything ever scared you?
In terms of games,
Or movies or anything?
I guess the breakdown of family ties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll hit you.
Good
Yeah.
reference.
Old, the beach that makes you old, really, really scared me.
Yeah.
You
hate aging.
I was like checking under my bed for Judi Dench when I went to bed. I was really scared.
Just say no.
No, in terms of games, Alien Isolation, Darkwood,
Yep.
Visage.
But do they scare you or do they just make you feel like adrenaline-y?
Genuinely
Were you
frightened
like,
of those, and I was like Darkwood. I'd be like nervous to load up. It was I found it really,
Yeah.
really scary. And the Amnesia, the bunker, which is like almost like Alien Isolation, but it's set in a World War I bunker, and there's almost no lights on it. It was just seeing those dark, pitch black corridors.
I remember you.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Nah.
So that, I mean, as for horror films, The Shining, Talk to Me, and It Follows really scared me. So there we go.
Really?
Yeah. I also feel it's worth pointing out that we are now we have won our second award,
Mm-hmm.
having won the podcast World Cup.
We won Juiciest Ass.
We won Juiciest Ass at the Butties. We won the big
Collective.
golden ass. At the Golden Globes, we were nominated for 5 awards, and we won one. Doesn't matter which. We won Best Artwork, for which none of the three of us were involved.
Correct.
But also, we were among the most nominated of the shows, and that was a real
Yeah.
treat. And it was
That
lovely
should
to win
go
an
to the
award.
person who's done our artwork, really.
Yeah.
We should send them the award.
We went up with producer Ben. I went up on stage at the Clapham Grand with him. It was the first award of the night, and we won. We were like, 1 for 1 at this rate. We're going to win 16.
yeah.
But Ben didn't say any words, and it
we
was
were
because
brutally mogged by tonsil hockey.
Yeah.
unbelievable for best
Yeah.
newcomer. Ben didn't say any words on stage because he didn't know what awards we'd won. so,
That's funny.
so yeah, but it was
That's
it was
funny.
an absolute privilege. It's lovely to add another award to the trophy cabinet, and I'll bring it in for our next episode.
Lovely.
And we'll just have it slap bang in the middle of a table.
Mm.
We're also in the running for another. We're in the Podcast World Cup at the moment.
Back in the Podcast World Cup. So
Happening again.
yeah, if you see it on Instagram,
Or every other platform.
which we'll be sharing,
Is
yeah,
it Podcast
then do vote
Devotees?
for
Is
us.
that who's doing it? Yeah.
Podcast devotees.
Podcast devotees. Speaking of producer Ben, this brings us on to our main topic of the show.
Mm.
Because he suggested a game we're going to play this week. A
Yeah.
game involving the store CEX.
Yes.
If you're outside of the UK, this is basically what? GameStop?
Yeah.
Secondhand video game and DVDs, I guess, and
Yeah.
and just
Computer
general
equipment, yeah.
gaming equipment. It's secondhand, and if there's a brand new game comes out, oh my god, like Directive 8020, it costs 50 quid. CEX, they'll buy it off you for a fiver and sell it at 50 quid again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a real fuck you business model.
It is so expensive.
It's so
I'm
expensive.
grateful that CEX exists, but the fact that GTA 5 still costs more than £20,
It's crazy.
yeah,
What are we going to call this feature? CEX appeal?
CX appeal. It's got to be that.
C-
On,
CEX work?
on radio adverts, they call themselves sex,
Oh, okay.
and we're not doing that.
No,
Do you
Like,
think they're doing that to try and get to like lure in teenage boys?
I think so.
but is it like how Wile E. Coyote would be like lured
Yeah.
into having an anvil dropped on him?
We're just going,
Yeah,
sex. Would you like to pay full price for a second-hand Xbox
yeah,
360
a
game?
second-hand PlayStation
Sextant-
2.
It's sextant hand.
Yeah, they had a copy of King's Field, which was what like the predecessor to Dark Souls and Demon Souls on PlayStation 1 for £100.
Fuck off.
£100.
Fuck off.
And it was like behind the counter as well. It was like you're not allowed to touch that.
I was looking at them. I was looking at the shelves in CX, like I was trying to buy wine.
Yeah.
I don't know loads about wine, so I was like, well, I'm not going top shelf.
Yeah.
So
We should explain the
maybe,
feature.
like,
Why were we
yeah.
there?
So we were there because Ben said what we should do is with a budget of just £15
Per game.
per game, we each had to buy 2 games. I'm buying a game for Sarah and Pierre. Sarah's buying a game for me and Pierre. Pierre's bought a game for me and Sarah. The idea is
I didn't know it was £15 per game, to be honest.
Oh no, what did you do?
the pictures you sent me were correct,
Yeah.
correctly budgeted.
I mean, I have broken that, but I could have got you, Glenn, a better game.
Okay. Well,
Right.
the idea is
We all bought each other games.
Sarah and I, for instance, are competing to try
For
and
Pierre's
win
love.
Pierre's affection. Pierre can only choose one of our games. I can only choose one of the games you're going to pitch to me. We're each walking away with just one game, and the other game gets cast aside. Presumably, we take it back to CEX for £0.
Yeah.
But that's the idea of a game. £15, an interesting budget.
Yeah.
Uh,
a lot of heavy hitters in CEX at 18.
Yeah, so 18 and 22 were
Yeah.
the most frequently
That seems-
seen numbers.
Mhm.
Or 8, if you were looking at the shelf. I was looking
Yeah.
at it.
Well, we were going to go together, but then you had a meeting. And
Yeah.
you were very jet lagged. So we went to separate CEXs. I went to one in Islington, constituency of Jeremy Corbyn, home of Boris Johnson. Is a CEX I went to, and
He was in there.
It
Yeah,
turns
they were
out,
both-
He's
yeah,
always,
yeah.
he's always looking for sex.
We've left the game.
Playing Street Fighter with each other.
Trundley. I really struggled to get a physical PC game for you.
Yeah.
I failed to get a physical
Yeah.
PC game.
So
I'm
you're
gonna
getting
have to give
something
you
on
a Steam gift.
Steam. Who wants to pitch their games first?
Should we pitch to Glenn first?
Yeah.
So you're both going to pitch to me, right?
Yeah.
So,
That's
Sarah, you go first. You
Okay.
tried to seek guidance from me.
Button Boys.
I did because the biggest challenge with Glenn is trying to find a game that he's not played.
Yes.
So I had great instincts, I think.
I fully agree.
I sent you a photo of a game,
Deathloop.
Deathloop, that you've already
For
played.
£8. Deathloop is one of the best games of the last 5 or 6 years. Makers of Dishonored.
I saw the word loop. I thought,
Glenn
I
loves
like
time
it.
loops.
Be in it,
It is an absolutely phenomenal game. And I went to a different CEX where it was also £8. So if you haven't played Deathloop and it's not on a subscription service near you, you have to play Deathloop. If it's just £8, and I said to you, I was like, please get it for yourself.
Which I didn't.
You didn't.
Which I should have done.
And when I saw,
I was in this shop staring at these shelves for 45 minutes.
I didn't have any signal because I was on the
Yeah.
tube, and I suddenly got a flurry of messages, and you'd messaged me like 20 minutes
But I
previously.
just didn't want to buy a game you'd already. And I
But
would have done.
I got back to you, and I was like, obviously, they won't still be in the shop. You were.
Yeah, but I was just. I knew you already had that game, but I was like, if you haven't played that game, then I've won.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
you would have absolutely won. And also, I don't own Deathloop anymore. I would have I would have accepted that. But it is
You
always
didn't
good
say
to.
that when you were
I'm more
born.
likely to opt towards a game I haven't played.
So then you were like, take a picture of the shelves. I sent you 4 photos of just the PS5 games, and you sent me a couple of names back. I ignored you.
Yep, one was
Well-
called like Quantum
Something, and
Quantum something, and then there was a game called Unknown 9 Awakening, which has one of the main people from the Witcher TV series. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
her likeness, and it's very much like a sort of forspoken, sort of like third person over the shoulder magical mystery game. And you were like, "Well, where are they?" And I had to be like, "I think they're alphabetized."
oh god, I was having such a tough time.
I didn't do any of this little research or surveying.
Well, you'd be pleased to know I didn't take any of Glenn's
Good.
advice.
Okay,
It's
good.
because I looked up Unknown 9 Awakening on Metacritic, which I presume I was allowed to do. Or is this- yeah.
Absolutely.
And it had a user score described as overwhelming dislike.
Wow.
It's on my wish list though. It keeps being reduced
Really?
more and more. If you're on like the PlayStation Store, you can get it for like less than a tenner, I think.
So,
Most days.
but I should have looked at the numbers more on Metacritic, because I went for a game that kept catching my eye because it looked scary. And what I found out about it when I did a little bit of research is that it was made by one person.
Stardew Valley was made by one
It
person.
was made by one person, and lots of people were like, this game is a little janky, but incredibly impressive for a game that is made by one person.
Okay.
It's called Jack Holmes, Master of Puppets.
Now, what I will say, to Sarah's credit, I had never even heard of this game.
Yeah.
And there are millions of games I've never heard of, but I was surprised to see like a physical PS5 game that you can get a
PS5?
physical edition of that I had never heard of.
Yeah.
So, description online, Jack Holmes, Master of Puppets is a first-person survival horror game where you play as Jack Holmes, who is forced to join his family's macabre business investigating terrifying locations like an abandoned house, mines, and an amusement park. The game, developed by a solo developer, blends classic survival horror with chaotic action. I watched some of the gameplay online, and it looks like a fairground ride, like a zombie fairground ride game.
I had a quick look at the footage on YouTube and I was like, yeah, 3.5 hours, 4 hours, and this first person horror. I was like, yeah, I'll play it.
Okay.
It could be really janky, but having watched a video of the gameplay, I'm like, this could be sort of surprisingly, like, almost mindlessly fun.
Yes.
Just point and shoot, creepy locations. You get to ride the rides at the amusement park.
Oh wait, so it is actually you are going on rides.
Yeah.
I bet there's no combat.
There is combat.
Oh,
There's
okay.
shooting. There's shooting. It says,
Right.
do everything you can to survive. Ride the rides at the abandoned theme park, dark and terrifying locations. And it includes a physical postcard from the park. Actually, I haven't checked in the box.
It
to
probably
see what
doesn't. It's...
Yeah, it does.
Oh wow, they let
There we
it. Great.
go.
Okay.
Oh shit.
There's the postcard. You could send that to whoever you like.
This is. I'm like genuinely. I'm grateful that you've selected this. And how much was it?
£8.
£8. It's not bad at all.
So I mean, if you don't want it, I'm going to give it a go.
Yep.
Very, very intrigued. And also, you got to applaud a solo developer, haven't you?
Absolutely. And a solo developer who gets their game a physical release and on the PlayStation 5.
And
That
the
is impressive.
case is horrible.
Yeah, it does look horrible. Very like mechanical doll.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Jack Holmes, Puppet Bastard.
Master of Puppets.
Master of Puppets. Okay. Pierre, what have you got for me?
You like leather?
We'll talk about it later. Tell me about the game.
You like leather?
No.
You like faces?
Yeah.
Do you like Leatherface?
All right.
It's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre the game.
Oh man, okay, I've never played it.
We both went horror.
Oh yeah.
Both went horror. That's good
Yeah.
because you know me.
It's an asymmetrical survivor horror.
Yes, I have.
You're the monster.
What's
it's like-
the
it's like-
asymmetrical?
So you're not trying to survive as a member of the public. You are the chainsaw
You're
man.
the chainsaw man.
So I guess Dead by Daylight has this to some extent.
Yeah.
I had the Friday the 13th game on the Switch, and one person is Jason, and the rest are like the camp counselors running around.
No.
And again, you've got to like switch generators, and I've got to get the key to get to the speedboat and escape.
Yeah.
In fairness, you can play as the victims in certain parts of this game. It's from 2023. It's for PS5.
Okay.
It's quite well rated. I didn't do any research. I just looked at it and I went, perfect.
Okay.
It's mainly Metacritic. It's all in the 70s. 71 to 77.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
What's the description of the game? What does it say?
A game based on true events, which is not true. I think it's just what it says at the start of the film.
Yeah.
Take on the role of one of the notorious Slaughter family or their victims in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, copyright, all rights reserved, a third-person asymmetrical horror experience based on the groundbreaking and iconic 1974 horror film. Experience the mad and macabre for yourself in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Play as the infamous Slaughter family or as their victims on iconic locations from the film.
Does it say that twice?
Oh, yeah, this is in the under the pictures.
Oh, I see.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff, yeah.
So the copywriter just ran out of ideas.
Yeah. I'll just say it again.
Yeah.
Just keep saying, it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's in Texas, and it's a massacre, brackets, chainsaw.
And they've even kept the little, not typo, but the mistake that the original film had, which is a chain and saw as two separate words.
Yeah,
That's what
baby.
the original 70s movie
Very true
has.
to life.
This is a tricky one.
Yeah. There's
so
even multiplayer, which I don't imagine.
I've also just had a look. It turns out it has like a sort of plot, which means it has end credits. And you know how much I love reaching end credits and things.
Mhm.
So until I
could be
knew that,
added.
I was leaning more towards Jack Holmes because I really respect the fact that I'd simply never heard of this game. But safe in the knowledge that Sarah will play Jack Holmes if I don't.
If it sways you in any way, the reception says, considered a divisive game with strong, uncompromising vision.
Okay, am I making my decision now?
Uncompromising, Glenn.
Generally favourable.
Yeah, make your decision now.
Yeah.
Okay, because this might work against me later on because you'd be like, well, you've already won one round. Or, you know,
Ooh.
let's not let that affect us.
We cannot be kind to each other today.
I'm going to go with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes.
And I'm really surprised. I'm surprised at
Yes.
myself.
And I hope you choke on it.
It's because I do like the original film. But it's because I know you're going to play that.
Well, I will.
And I would like to play it after you. Genuinely.
No.
No, okay, that's absolutely fair
No
enough.
research
Yes.
wins again.
I will
No
give it a
research
go.
wins again.
Okay, so shall I?
I was like Luke Skywalker, blindfolded. I just followed the Force.
Yeah.
What will Glenn play? Horror. There you go.
Thank you so much. Winner stays on. What do you want to do now?
Pitch to me.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
My main concern is that you might have played this.
What have you brought me?
Are you ready?
Treats.
Yeah.
Treats.
Have you played Duskers?
No.
I haven't heard of Duskers.
Okay.
You were really good at finding stuff that
Yeah.
we haven't heard of.
Well, I went on the Steam website.
Yeah.
I dropped the price, and I put in the word strategy.
Good strategy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Lowering the price on Steam is a really dangerous
It's an
part. It's like
interesting-
going on the dark web
But
if it was all hentai.
a lot of people, a lot of people on Reddit
Yeah.
are like talking about how they want more of this game,
Mm.
and it sounds very Pierre in that it sounds like a game that I would never ever look at.
It's genuinely touching the amount of research you've done on these.
Yeah.
This happened on the train on the way here.
No, but you still dedicated a train journey to it.
Yeah.
Duskers is a sci-fi horror game where you control drones to explore derelict spaceships, salvage resources, and uncover the mystery of humanity's disappearance,
Cool.
all through a retro command line interface.
Ooh.
You type commands.
Yeah. Rundrone.exe. Enter.
Yes.
Win.
E.g. nav.
Win game.
And it is known for its tense claustrophobic atmosphere, roguelike permadeath, and unique text-based controls that make you feel like a real-life drone operator.
Mm.
I can show you some images of what this looks like.
You've just written down, please choose my game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I've
there's
written,
a
I have your family.
Yeah.
There's a picture of me nude from behind
Yeah.
through a window, a third-story window.
Yeah.
No,
And
no.
You don't have 3 stories. in your home.
is already to post onto
Yeah.
social media as we
Yeah.
speak. There's this sort of thing. Seems like you could really dedicate many, many hours
Yes,
to
it does.
figuring out how to play
This
this
is tough
game.
to beat.
Strong showing. It's a strong showing.
Now, I've got a physical
Jeez.
game. I wasn't expecting to find a physical game. The CEX you went to didn't have physical PC games. The one I did didn't appear to have any PC games. And I said at the front desk, as I I'd resigned myself to the fact of I'm just going to go on Steam and try and find something for you. And I would have had good choices on Steam. But I said, have you got any PC games at all? And they went, we have one.
No.
And what?
Did you decide in that moment, whatever it is, I'm buying it?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Fate.
considering this could have been any genre, what were the chances that for just £2?
It's Paper Funnel!
No. The game I'd get would be Command and Conquer Generals.
No way.
Like a fucking so up your street.
Yeah.
I have played it.
You
Oh,
had
but
to
you've
buy
played it.
I have played it.
I had a feeling you would. I was like, I didn't know
Oh,
Command and
yeah.
Conquer Generals, but I was like, £2, their only PC game. What are the chances that it is something that would be up his street?
It's quite a controversial game at the time because the three
You
factions
play as only Hitler, and the only target is Eva.
and the dog.
Yeah.
That's a DLC. The Blondie,
Dog
the Blondie DLC.
Blondie DLC. It's just a dog on the front cover.
Just a dog on the front cover looking like, what? No, the factions are the US Army, the Chinese Army, and a thing that they just call the GLA, which happens to seem... It's like a kind of guerrilla army, and you go, right. And there are men on motorcycles who are also suicide bombers, and they go, yeah.
What year was this from?
Noughties.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
It's
It was
it's
heavy.
funny in my research how many games that I thought you would like that were like 2001 games.
Oh, yeah. It was the golden era,
Yeah.
99 to 2001.
Duskers is from 2016, which is actually like newer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
That is surprising.
How much is Duskers?
It was £15.
Oh, we really nailed it.
Alpine Assault. Yes, I remember
Oh,
this.
look, it's even got a perfect sleeve. Look at the...
The
See,
little
Sarah, this is what you
factions.
missed out on. The lovely, like, the brochure-esque.
Well, I got the
Manuals.
brochures. I just didn't
One-
fucking
You just
look
didn't
at
read them.
Here are the GLA units.
Okay,
Rebel. And you go, okay.
right.
I mean, the guy's dressed in quite a, he's a rebel from, say, rural Syria.
Yeah.
RPG trooper.
Mhm.
Okay, rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Terrorist.
Oh,
Okay.
I work as a terrorist.
yes.
You've been promoted to terrorist.
We need more terrorists.
Yeah.
Hijacker.
I'm starting my training in the terrorist division very soon.
Angry mob.
How do you practice?
Angry
How would
mob.
you-
Going to
You can build an angry mob.
Going to my job at Angry Mob.
I'm just off to Angry Mob.
Yeah,
I'll be
we've all
back
got
later.
the sort of same mentality. It's a really good group structure.
So
We're
what
all
do
on the same page.
What kind of equipment do the terrorists have versus... Because presumably Angry Mob is just forks and pitchforks.
Yeah, like I'm picturing
Yeah.
Frankenstein
Torch and
like, getting
pitchfork,
really
yeah.
angry.
The Angry Mob, the terrorist is a guy in, I'm going to call it vaguely Eastern headdress with like cartoon dynamite on his chest.
Yeah,
and
I
a-
can,
and a
I can still see why we
detonator.
don't make Command and Conquer games anymore.
Well, no, this is that Command and Conquer was never like this. It was
Right,
always set
okay.
in the
Do we
future.
feel like
Very funny.
any research was done about what these people would actually look like?
Yeah.
Or was it just like
I mean, they've got the idea of technical vans and stuff. I mean, that's still
the
happening now.
horribly racist idea of somebody's gone, draw me a terrorist, and they've gone,
And they've gone, I know exactly
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Anthrax, you
Here's
can
one I
shoot
made
anthrax
earlier.
around.
the experience of being in CEX reminded me of another game I played in the last week, but is very, very new.
My God.
Called, and it's another shop game. And I wasn't expecting to play another shop game, but I played a game last week called Wax Heads. And you work at a record store in England. And the record store is like in danger of closing down. But the idea is each customer that comes in doesn't know what they want. And so they come in and they're like, I want something. I've got this tune in my head. The chorus goes a bit like this.
Hey.
And what you do is you go through you've only got like 10 actual album covers on display, but you look at the sleeves, you look at the disc, you look at the track listing, and you're like, hey, that must be this song, that must be this band. Or somebody be like, I'm looking for that. I want the follow up to such and such a band's thing. And it's got nice art style where it's very cartoony. Everyone looks like a sticker. Everyone's got a white border around their
Oh, nice.
body.
Yeah.
So and they kind of they move like South Park. They sort of jingle to the side. But Waxheads made me feel like being in CEX and
Yeah,
vice
yeah.
versa. It was nice stuff. So Command and Conquer Generals and
Duskers.
Duskers. What are you thinking?
I mean, Command and Conquer
Will you go
Generals-
racist?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll choose
Look-
Sarah the racist. Glad I'm afraid it's not Command and Conquer.
I think I have to go with something I haven't played before.
Absolutely, I think that's the best.
Although
thing to gravitate
Command and
towards.
Conquer Generals, I do remember being a very good game and one of those rare strategy games where there are three factions with extremely different types of troops and powers,
Yeah.
but still quite balanced.
Okay.
Still possible to win with each one against all the other ones, which is
Yeah.
quite rare.
If this delivers on what it says it does, I think you're going to have a great time.
Yeah, I think so.
Resource management, balancing fuel repairs and upgrades is crucial for survival.
And do you know what
Yes.
you've got over me? Is buying it on Steam means Pierre can play it. I don't think we can play this.
Yeah. That is
It's like
ornamental.
25 years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've bought you an ornament.
You've bought me, a kind of lovely nostalgic ornament that just says disc 2.
Well, let's pitch
Should
to
there be
Sarah.
disc
There's
one?
only one disc.
No. That's.
Thank you, CEX,
I'd have been
for disc
grossly
2.
upset if I'd lost. to be fair.
Disc 2.
At last.
Yeah.
Disc 2.
Yeah.
There must be an installation disc that's missing, but there's no space for a second disc.
They used to just either
Yeah, it's like,
facing
you
or pile
forgot the
them
one
on top of each
ingredient,
other.
the content.
Or maybe in its own sleeve. It used to be in its own sleeve.
Yeah, no, it's not in there.
It's not in there.
No, you've been screwed by CEX, I'm afraid.
Well, I can sort of see why it was £2.
Comic
Yeah.
book guy has screwed you again.
Yeah. Well, okay. Sarah.
Bad luck.
It's funny that they were keeping it in the back like it was like
Precious.
It was,
Yeah. We've got this dusty. They had to like blow dust
I
off
have been saving this for a special
it.
occasion.
Yeah. In fact, we just sold disc 1 earlier. You might like that.
And when I say special occasion, I mean an idiot walking through the door.
Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
They had it.
No, well.
Sarah,
Hello.
yours was the first I bought. I've gone with a series, and I think you've played the first one, so I think you would like this. I've got you Dark Souls 3.
Whoa.
No.
As a joke, not really.
I was quite excited.
Because I was doing it as a bit, I actually I was at a comedy club last night, Always Be Comedy,
Yeah.
and Tim and James, who are part of the Always Be Comedy podcast, which we really recommend, and we really recommend going to the actual club.
Yes.
Tim, who is the tech extraordinaire, I said, "Have you ever played Dark Souls?" And he said, "No, I've played Demon Souls." And I said, "Do you just want the disc?" So I've given him
It's
a
not
disc.
even there.
It's not even there. Sorry. No, I've given you. This is relevant to a game I was talking about earlier. I've got you Until Dawn.
Oh.
£6. This was their first game, Supermassive, a Guildford-based
Yeah.
studio. So you're keeping it in the UK. I did a corporate gig for them once. Did my entire set about their games. Until Dawn was their first game in I think 2015. It's got Remy Malek. It's got Hayden Panettiere. It's got Peter Stormare, the Nordic actor. And the idea is it's a bunch of teenagers going to this frosty cabin, and there are numerous threats. You don't know what the threat is. Is it a weird monster movie? Is it a slasher film? What is it? And you move the characters around various environments. You have to make split-second decisions sometimes. Do I hide in here, hide in here? Do I save this person or this person? Or just trying to tap buttons at the right time? There are moments where your character has to hold their breath and you have to hold your controller as still as possible.
No.
Otherwise, it will detect it moving. But it's a good party game. And I figured this would be
Is
a
it a
fun one.
multiplayer?
It's one player, but I played it as a bunch of people once where we all just kept passing the control around.
Yeah.
Because it's more about decision input from the people around you, and it's so fun to have friends with you being like, "Oh, let's go into that room." And no, don't choose that person. Choose this person. I thought you might find it a nice communal experience,
I think I will.
and it's not
If I
super
choose it.
spooky. It's like it's
Yeah.
tense, but it's not. It's like a proper like teen horror film.
That's a good pitch.
But it's
Thank you.
for super massive games. The Quarry is their best one. Until Dawn, very close second. And I think I
I'm
do
trying to
think you'd
remember
enjoy
because
it.
I pitched one like that. Maybe it was Death by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight
Dead
is what
by
you'd
Daylight.
pitch. Yeah.
I pitched
Which is what the
for
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is. It's, that's the asymmetrical horror genre.
that you can play on multiplayer.
Yes.
Yes,
That's it.
that was what I pitched for Patreon at one point.
Yeah, right. Pierre, what have you got?
What
Do you like trains?
What do you hold? If you've
Because we
got,
think you might be autistic.
if you've got a physical copy of Dork Romantic under the table, the game is over.
Do you like trains?
Yeah.
You like coziness?
Oh yeah.
You like a cozy train?
Ooh.
It's
oh,
Locomoto.
No.
It's
Oh,
Locomoto.
no, two very different vibes.
Yes.
I haven't heard of Locomotive.
Locomoto is, quote, just one of those types of games that puts a smile on your face until you sign off for the night. Highly recommended. Vice Magazine.
Ooh.
It came
Hello.
out, I think, last year. It is a game where you customize and manage your train as a fun cartoon train conductor. You tend to your quirky passengers, gather resources, craft decorations, and upgrade your conductor's style and uniform, all accompanied by soft lo-fi tunes.
Oh no.
Become a conductor and save your hometown Barrenpire from environmental disaster. So it's a nice fun.
Oh, lo-fi tunes to study and relax to.
Yeah, and it's got a kind of 3D sort of
Let me
anime
see.
animals,
Oh, it's
kind of Japanese
very
cartoon animals.
sweet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, you are lovely.
All the reviews all time very positive. on
Very
Steam.
positive.
90%.
I can see this game slipping away from me.
Meet delightful locals. Stop at enchanting little stations. Lend a hand to friendly locals and welcome them aboard. Serve up steaming cocoa, delicious pies, and share heartwarming moments along the way.
I just think I'm in trouble here because
A rich, meaningful
you pitched
story.
me a game that would be great to play as a group,
Yeah,
which includes Louisa. You've pitched me a game
that'll make you
that-
antisocial.
that
as hell.
Louisa will take away from me.
But will she join you in crafting and customizing and decorating
He's
your
reading from a
marvelous
script,
train?
Sarah.
Like a telemarketer.
Yeah.
Well, she won't because she won't join me in that I won't be there.
This this is a well-known scam. Don't do it. Ask him to put 3 fingers in front of his face. He won't. That's a filter.
But it's so cozy for those long journeys.
It is cozy.
When Pierre rings you, you get a message that says suspected spam.
Yeah.
You can't save his number.
I start always with, hello.
Whoop.
a big pause, a big
Yeah.
beep.
Yeah, yeah.
Beep.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, trains or death. Trains or death.
Cartoon
The
animals.
choice between death.
There is a story as well.
I'm giving you
trains.
one cracking evening.
What are you giving me? A life?
A better life.
Yeah. A long, long life.
Aboard the all steam trains
I
in
want 'em
cuddly
both.
animal
I
town.
want both. I want both.
Take us through your thinking.
Yeah.
Build the train of your dreams.
My thinking is
Yeah.
stop it.
I'm not using any manipulation.
Do you know what? This game's hard because you've both been so nice. I think I'm going to go locomotive.
Yes, locomotive.
But I do want to play Until Dawn.
Yes,
I do.
locomotive.
But actually, my logic has come down to something just very practical, which is that I think I'm going to have more time to play a Switch game.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess it's not as offensive as if you'd chosen the empty box for Dark Souls.
Yeah. I just go, yeah, I like plastic.
I went straight to the Switch part of CEX.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're so fucking expensive. Switch physical games. My God.
15
Crazy.
quid, baby.
That's what I mean. 15 games for a game I've never fucking heard of.
It's locomotive.
Oh, man. I am.
Overwhelmingly positive.
I
But
don't
I'm
know
going to
who's
put
the
it
winner
in and
there.
be so disappointed if it sucks.
You've got 2 for 2.
Yeah,
Pierre said before we started recording, he went, I think I've won this.
Mm-hmm.
And you absolutely have.
And I
so
spent-
Pierre's the ultimate winner. You came second. I lost. I got 0 games in.
And I spent.
No, I should have picked yours.
No, you shouldn't have done because it is a
Now we have a
game. There's
winner.
got to be a
I
winner.
should-
There's got to be a loser.
No.
And
No,
I
this is how these things
And
work.
I was in that store for 10 minutes. I went in.
ages
I
in.
found it. I
Me
went in. I
too.
found it. Bang, bang. I understand these people. I know
But
what they
you're not
want.
wrong. I would like to play
Yeah.
that.
Where's he been? Where's your
Smashing
furnace?
Should
Well,
I play Dark Souls 3?
if I can get it off Tim Lewis, then yeah, I think.
Well, I can also purchase.
I think it's the most user-friendly, aside from Elden Ring, but Elden Ring is 100 hours. Dark Souls 3 is more like it done in kind of levels. It's not like one big interwoven world. It's you have sort of regions and you keep teleporting back to
Yeah.
Filing Shrine and then going back out
We're-
again.
We're about to finish Hitman on the Patreon, and we're like talking about. We're going to start discussing what our next game is.
Yeah.
Can't we? No.
No.
For people not into Dark Souls, we can't do
No.
another Dark Souls.
But I do think I want a game with a bit of like action.
fucking bun.
Yeah.
Bit
Yeah.
of action in
Okay.
it.
All right.
It's the whole point of Hitman is that you don't get involved, and
Yeah.
I've been really enjoying just shooting everybody in Hitman. So
Well, maybe you'll want to suggest Bond
Ooh.
Maybe.
because that will line up perfectly for when we've
Mm.
finished Hitman.
Yeah.
That's right, because we're doing a Hitman playthrough. We are doing the penultimate mission. If you head over to the Patreon right now, that's the episode we're going to be tackling and finishing that mission. And next week is our final Hitman mission of the World of Assassination trilogy. We'll be discussing that final mission. It's quite a short one, so we'll also be giving our rundown of our favourite and least favourite Hitman levels. And Sarah and Pierre, I'm going to sit this one out because I pitched Dark Souls and Hitman. They're going to pitch their prospective game for what we should do next on our Patreon.
Yeah.
So if you sign up to the free tier of the Discord, you can get involved and you can have your say as well. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
This has been good. I appreciate the thought that's gone into the CEX game. We should definitely do this again. But we'll see you next week for another episode. More fun, more games, more buttons, more boys. See you next week.
Boys.
Button Boys.